Good afternoon. This is Pamela Bluewater with J&S Biblical Productions, March 30th, 1856, at the Hotel de Boulogne in Normandy, France, where we have arranged to meet with Madame Emma Bovary to discuss her unhappy marriage to the country doctor, Monsieur Charles Bovary, and her subsequent liaisons with two men of the world, Leon and Rudolph. Madame Bovary, welcome, and thank you for allowing us to delve into your viewpoint on romance and marriage.
Yes, my marriage to Dr. Charles Bovary has not been what I was expecting from the romantic novels that I read when I was in the convent growing up. The realities of life in the country, married to an ordinary middle-class doctor, is very different than my dreams and sentiments on the subject.
Yes, I was going to get to that. When did you become disenchanted with marriage?
Right from the beginning. I tried everything. I redecorated the house, helped out at charities, knitted, painted, played the piano. But with every new hobby, I soon became bored. Charles has a sense of complacency about life, and his dullness only adds to my misfortune. For example, his conversation is as flat as the sidewalk. He had no curiosity when he was living in Rouen to go to the theater and see the actors from Paris. He can't swim, fence, fire a pistol, and can't even describe a writing term to me. So when I met Leon, I felt that I had met the one, my soulmate.
Well, just wait, we'll get to Leon next. You married Charles first after living in the convent. Didn't you learn something about religion and the church?
No, I wasn't looking for anything in the church. I was longing and sighing for old castles, secret meetings, and intrigues. I wanted life to conform to my romantic fiction. I cannot endure the dull routine of everyday life of being a country doctor's wife.
Wait just a minute. I'm a theologian, and I happen to know something about marriage. I'm with the Church of the Open Window.
What? I didn't send for any theologian, whatever that is. And about marriage to Charles, it was not fit into the accounts that I read when I was reading my romance novels. I like to hide myself in my dreams and expend all of my energy on my longings.
Well, what about adultery? Don't you care what you're doing and thinking is unacceptable in French society in Paris?
Care? Do I care? My life is as cold as an attic. What I care about is excitement and passion. And I don't live in Paris. I live in Normandy, so I don't know what is acceptable there. After Leon left...
I didn't know Leon left. Who was he, and what was wrong with him?
He was a law clerk. He didn't want to elope with me. And I mistook superficiality for depth. When he left, I felt I missed something, that something had been denied me.
Weren't you married to Charles?
Yes, but I could not stand middle-class life. So call me what you want, an adulteress or whatever. Even that I found dreary, banal, and commonplace as marriages. I want to find bliss, passion, and intoxication, like in the books. Instead, there is a spider spinning its web in the darkness of my empty heart.
Then you're a first-class adulteress with no hope for redemption.
Look, Miss Violette, you can tell your Church of the Open Window to go jump through that window. When I first met Rudolph, I was ready to give to myself to him at once. When he first said the words, "One can't resist the smiles of an angel, carried away by what is beautiful, charming, and endearing." And when we went horseback riding, he asked me, "Our destinies are bound together now, aren't they?" I knew I was in love.
May I remind you that you are married? Why are you sure that it was love that you are in? You could have been reliving one of your romantic novels.
Miss Bluewater, I long for someone who would know about everything, excel in a multitude of activity, and would introduce me to the passions of life, graces, and all of its mysteries.
All right. I think I understand your passion for life is to get out of the boring middle-class life with your husband. But as far as your justification for adultery, I specifically feel it's horse manure. And as far as your biographer, Gustave Flaubert, he should be very careful when he writes your story this year, because he will also be charged for immoral behavior and inciting adultery.
Yes, Mrs. Bovary, your justifications for adultery are sinful. Your passion for dreams of imaginary love affairs and false pretensions have steered you into this. Take our advice and return to God and Jesus so that a path for the kingdom of heaven might be open for you. This is Pamela Bluewater for JNS Biblical saying, don't follow the way of an adulteress. It is a dead end. Arsenic? I don't know what else to say. It is in the Ten Commandments and in Matthew chapter 5, verses 28 from the Sermon on the Mount that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Good afternoon.
What are your thoughts on today's story? We'd like to know. So, leave a comment and subscribe to our channel, JNS Authentic Biblical Productions. Whether it's the Word of God through parables, true stories illustrating parables, or true stories in the life of Jesus Christ with commentary, you can see them all by subscribing to the most comprehensive collection of videos of biblical stories for you and your family. Have a blessed day.